Where it stops, no one knows. We're going head into the unknown. Na, 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 na.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Friday night. It might even be Saturday morning for some of you. Who knows? It is a late Friday night live, but thank you guys for being here. There's just a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about and just update you on. Also, I wanted to apologize for just kind of being absent for most of the week. I know some of you that are in my Facebook group know, and from my Facebook chats, my stepdad passed away last weekend, so we were kind of dealing with all that. And then this is the final week before. I know it's not even 8 p.m. for me either around the world, but this is the final week for kids to go back to school next week. So we've been working on all of that, and then also just trying to do our best to enjoy the last few days of summer vacation. They're not happy. I'm not happy, you know, that whole thing. But I miss you guys. I'm hoping that once everything gets settled next week, we'll be back in, you know, back in the flow of life. So that's kind of where I'm at. I did have some plans for some lives at the beginning of the week that I ended up canceling. Like I said, you know, so I thank you guys very much. Just to kind of go, you know, through it, like this is obviously not my dad. My dad passed away last year. My mom had remarried after being married to my dad. I have a very weird familial history with that. So she had remarried a couple of times, although, because my parents divorced when I was 5, although my mom and dad actually lived together when my dad passed away. So there's like I don't know, you know, knowing each other, I guess, for 55 years, you know, they had their ebbs and flows, and they went back and forth with each other over the years. So this was my mom's ex-husband. It was an amicable, I guess, nice, I don't know how else you say it, divorce at the time. He was my stepdad when I was a teenager. So, I mean, I put him through hell. We did stay in contact, and, you know, with my stepsister and him, and so I think it was probably the hardest for my mom. So that was where I was mostly worried about. Thank you, Bossy. Thank you, everybody in chat. You guys are all so kind. Because, you know, she's lost. So she was married twice after my dad, once before. And so she's lost my dad. And then my 2 stepfathers have both passed. So out of her 4 husbands that she's had, and 3 of them are gone. So I think it was just kind of a, you know, a hard thing for her to kind of comprehend. Plus, you know, they knew each other for a very long time. So I was really more concerned with her. Obviously, I'm very sad for him. My stepsister had actually passed away 2 years ago. So part of me was kind of like, at least he gets to, it was his only child. So I'm like, he gets to go be with her again. You know, like there's good things about it, but it's still sad because he was a part of my life for a long time when I was younger. But like I said, so anyway, so I just took some time, spent dealing with that kind of stuff. And then we had some hiccups with the Tiny Human school situation. So we had to kind of deal with that. And then we spent the day at the beach yesterday just trying to decompress. So I'm a little sunburned, as you can see. But I'm happy to be here with you guys. Like I said, this isn't going to be a super long live. I know I say that all the time. But honestly, like Friday nights, I try to spend like hanging out with my husband. It's, you know, he's off most weekends. So I'm going to go watch some TV with him. But I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about this. Because, as you know, my oldest child turns 16 next week. So we have birthday parties this weekend. So I won't be able to do it, you know, over the weekend. It's also my father-in-law's birthday this weekend. My brother-in-law's birthday this weekend. It's just chaos right now in life. And then, like I said, we've got back to school nights and back to school and all that fun stuff happening next week. So it's just kind of hectic right now. So thank you guys for hanging with me, bearing with me, and just your patience. And I'm going to say hi to you guys in chat, and then we're going to get started talking about the transcripts and where I'm at with it and the updates and so on and so forth. So let me say hi to you guys first. Sending internet hugs. Thank you. Welcome, and everybody. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, make sure you guys do that. There's something wonky with my StreamYard. I don't even know how many of you are here, but thank you guys for being here. And make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, especially because when I don't go live, it really fucks with the algorithm, and then doesn't want to send notifications to people. So, hi, Murder Candy Podcast. Thank you for being here. Hi, True Crime Fangirl. What's up, Misty's Angels? What's up, the Royal We? Hi, Jamie. Malicious Intent. I think I already said hi to you, but if not, I do have to tell you guys a little story about Malicious Intent. So, I had read this book, and we've been talking about that. I had been doing a lot of reading over the summer. This is what happens, and this is how I end up on here for hours, is because I sidetrack myself like 1,000 times. But anyway, so I've been doing a lot of reading, and so Malicious Intent is she's like my reading buddy. She reads all the time also. So I had read this book, and it was a complete mind fuck, and I was like, you need to read this book. And so it took her like a freaking week to go and get the book. And then I was like, okay, you need to sit down right now and read this book, because I hate this book. I mean, I liked the book. Don't get me wrong. It was a really good book, but I hated the book. And it just like one that kind of stays with you. And so Malicious Intent went and got the book, started reading the book, and then stayed up last night. And then Tia, I think, did the Audible of the book, and then she stayed up all night reading it. So any of you guys who like to read, the book is called Pen Pal. And the author's name is J.T. Geisinger, I think is the name. I can show it to you guys if you like to read. It's just a mindfuck. So that's the book. It's like almost, so I needed somebody else who read the book that I could complain to about how bad the book was and how much I loved it and how much I hated it at the same time. So that's where we ended up. So she's like, okay, I can't stay up forever because I was up all night last night because of you. So that's the story. Hi, Carrie. What's up, BGOG? Hi, Gail. Hi, Phoenix. Snappy Dragon. What's up, Maggie and me? Serendipity. Aw, thank you, honey. I with all run the world. I rule the world. Let me see. Carrie, you already gifted memberships? What? Look at you. Thank you. Welcome to all the new criminality members. We're also going to be doing some member-only lives. I can keep you guys updated just on the bullshit. It won't be necessarily just true crime focused. It'll just be kind of more chill. But that's what we're going to get back to. And so thank you for that. Welcome all to all the new members. Dean, thank you. I adore you. Thank you. $2. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me see. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Eslo. Love to hunt. What's up? Kaleidohope. Hey, Post Punk Mama. I Blue Eyed Trucker. I saw your comment earlier. I'm not going to be on a super long time, so you should be cool, but thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. So Blue Eyed Trucker was going live and pushed his live back a little bit, and so that we could wrap up here. Oh, Maggie and me. Your dad passed in February. So my dad passed last May. That's like a totally different emotion, man. That's like another level. And I was a daddy's girl, so I'm a mommy's girl too, but I was a daddy's girl. So Maggie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. If you go back in some of my older streams, like you'll see, like I just sit down here and cry. I'm just like, I can't handle this. Just can't handle it. Hi, Sally. Hi, Adrian. What's up, Yankee Ghost? What's up, Big Fish? Hi, Joanna. You guys can thank Joanna for this live. Hi, Rambling. What's up, Nancy? Hi, Jessica. 1960s in the house. Carrie's like, do we have transcripts? We have transcripts yet? Hi, Tammy. What's up, Tracy? Hi, Schmeed. Hi, Between Law and Laughs. Hey, Annabelle. Oh, my phone must have liked your name, Annabelle, because it's like, what? What did you say? What's up, Down the Rabbit Hole again? Hi, Unindicted. Hi, Carla. Hi, VJBC. What's up, Hillary? Okay, let me go down. Now a whole bunch of you guys have come in probably, and yeah, that one. Yeah, JT Geising. I don't know how you actually say it. Don't even read the description. Don't read the back of the book. Don't even bother with any of it. Don't listen to the title. It's like, I don't even know why it's named that. It's like to totally throw you off. The back of the book has nothing to do with it. Okay, you have it on your shelf? Yeah. Yeah, just pull it out right now and just start reading it, because you're going to be up all night. Because once you're in it, you're in it. And don't let the cover fool you. Travis got a notification. What? Hi, women doing impossible things. No, it's not a. Well, no, it's not like there's a. No, it's not. I don't know. Malicious intent would probably be better to describe. It's not a psychological thriller. There's not like a thriller. There's not like a serial killer or anything like crazy. It's just a screwed up story. It's a psychological something or other with all. I can tell you that. Yes, Nancy, look for it. Absolutely. This is a no sleep book. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. If you like Jack the Ripper, check out They All Love Jack. I think he solved it if anyone has. Oh, really? Is that a book? I like to read, so let me write that down real quick. They All Love Jack. Okay. It's a smutty book. It's a smutty book, but it's got twists and turns. It's true. I watched True Crime and Chill with you and Michelle. I admit that I laughed at it a lot. Yeah, it's just silly. I miss Michelle. Jessica, you walked 12 miles with the wrong shoes. Oh shit. That's not good. That's not good at all. Hi, Hammy. All right. What's up, Steven? What's up, Dan? Idaho Charlie's in the house. Hi. Let me see who else there is. Oh, thank you. She'll appreciate it. Hi, Sleuthy. It's totally Joanna's fault. Totally blame her. Hey, Liberty Justice, what's up? 3 to 6 weeks. She said 4 to 6 weeks. So she's actually much faster than she claims to be. So hi, Robin. All these transcripts updates, but no transcripts. Well, that's kind of why. That's what we got. That's what we got to talk about. Perfect. Thank you, Gail. We're going to talk about that too in just a second. You seriously read about 20 books a month and you have that one on your shelf and you haven't touched it? Go get it. You got to do it. You read in bed every night, then you need it too. You need it too, and then we can start like a whole decompression group after everybody's read it. Guys, I don't know if guys would like it, but the women, definitely. Yeah. It's a smutty book, but it turns into something. It's just crazy. We need a book club. Maybe we'll do that with members. Forward that to you. Okay, I got you. Hey, voices. Who are you writing to? Girl, who are you writing to? A book club, please. I can do it. Hey, who dis? Anyone else listening while naked? Who dis? Do we need a poll? Do we need a poll on that? You don't read sex books. You can just read porn. It's faster. I love the smell of books, though. So you can't take that away. What's up, Rock? Paradise City? Oh, shit. I haven't even got to the bottom. Hold on. Let me see. Hi, Ronnie Logan. Why, hello there. This could have gone two ways. If I hadn't seen Chris up here saying hi to you, I would have been like, wait a minute. Is that the answer to the question? You just used an Audible credit? Yeah, you won't regret it. Hey, Arnhem, what's up? Number one for a book club. Poll it. We should poll how many people are watching nude. So bad. Hi, Mother of Dragons. 4 to 6 weeks for the preparation of the transcript. That's what I was talking about. Hi, Cal. What's up, Christy? Someone send you the book with the sex parts highlighted. The best part of the book isn't even this. It's not the smut stuff. It's the mindfuck part. That's the part of the book that you have to read. Great time to jump on with you laughing, and we need a pool. Yes. Yes, Mary. Okay, so we'll just get down to business because like I said, now here we are 15 minutes later, and this is, you don't have many comments to get. They're like, I don't need to hear you saying hi to everybody and talking about other stuff. I'm like, I guess you're at the wrong channel because this is literally my life. All right, we'll pull this up first. So many of you know, and then you know what? I also blame you guys for my sidetracks. I blame you guys too. It's not just my fault. It happens. You guys do it too. 1960 is not naked for anybody who was wondering. So bad. Hi, Shannon's Copper. They are good too, but that's not even the main thing in the book. Oh, fucking sleuthy. I can't do it. I can't do it. El Chapo? El Chapo share? Oh, shit. Didn't hit. I'm pretty sure El Chapo's son just got arrested. I remember reading it. Artem says, it's been a long hurricane season. That's true. What's up, Matt? Oh, Mary, thank you so much. You like it darker? Okay, I'll have to look into that one. Thanks, malicious intent. I appreciate that. Okay, so we'll get down to business. Let me pull this up on the screen so we can talk. This isn't like necessarily new news, but it's something I kind of want to bring attention to because I think it's one, it's interesting, and two, it's relevant to what is happening with us. So as most of you guys know, I am going to request the transcripts. I actually have already requested the transcripts. The initial amount that came back for all 3 days of the transcripts was $4,312.50. And I was like, holy shit, that is an absurd amount of money. But as most of you guys know, what happens is if the attorneys will request their own transcript version, the first transcript costs $5.75 per page. If the attorneys request their own copy, which the defense has done pretty consistently, then it takes we the public, and we request what's called a copy, just a copy of the transcripts that are already done. The reason that the first one is so much more is because the court clerk will not transcribe the hearings every time unless they're requested. So if the hearing isn't requested to be transcribed, it just doesn't get done. She's not just sitting around just transcribing everything just for shits and giggles. So somebody has to pay for the initial time for the people to sit there and actually go through and type it all up. So that's number one. It's typically Jody, but that's number one. So the first person has to pay $5.75 per page. So a 3-day hearing was $4,312.50. That's an estimated quote based on just her knowing it's 3 days worth of hearings, how long they ran. So it could be less, it could be more, but that's first and foremost. So, hey, Louise. Let me see. I saw a couple other people. What's up, Austin? Hi, Nicole. So, I mean, that's like a shit ton of money. It's a shit ton of money. I was like, all right. So, Marv from Beyond the Evidence had posted that she had also requested it, and the same day she got the same quote that I did. Take my compliments off the screen. Okay, fine. Let me see. With the money facts and how it works. Wait, court clerk doesn't transcribe anything. Well, Jody signs off on all of it. Did I say court clerk? That's who I meant, Travis. Court recorder. Thank you. This is why we keep Travis around, because he makes sure that I don't mispronounce shit. Like Auger. This is just it. Auger. Yes, the court recorder. The court reporter. So Jody is the one, she'll do all the transcriptions. So what we had happen was, so I reached out to Marv and I was like, hey, $4,312 is absolutely ridiculous. If you're going to be doing like some crowdfunding, I've had a lot of people volunteer to contribute. Many of you guys have contributed for this batch already, and for the last batch when we raised for that one too. But so we were like, why would we both? Well, if one of us requested first, we would be the one paying the $43.12. So it's almost like a cat and mouse game. I'm like, I don't want to play that. That's stupid. We're all here for the same thing. We all want the truth. We're all looking to find out exactly how everything went down at these hearings. And not that we don't appreciate every single person who went and sat there, paid, you know, hotel rooms and gas and everything else. I absolutely appreciate everybody. But we all know, including the people who are sitting in that courtroom, they cannot hear everything. They don't catch everything. And then we have a perception of what we're hearing. And so that we write down notes based on who we are as people. Nothing wrong with it. It's human nature, but there's things that get missed. And so we like to request the transcripts. Then it's, you know, here it's black and white. We do miss the tone and tenor, but typically a lot of people that were in there will come in and be like, oh yeah, when she said this, she sounded like this or whatever. So we get a little bit picked up, but you know, we also enjoy reading through the transcripts. It's kind of just become like something that we enjoy doing. You know, Sleuthy always comes up. She really enjoys playing Nick McClelland. I don't know why, but I'm just joking. Travis has come up and he's helped. I mean, we've had so many of you guys come up and actually just, you know, do a great job reading through the transcript. So it's something that we enjoy doing, even though it's obviously a very tragic case. We do enjoy doing it still to get the facts and the information and have it right there in black and white. So I was like, perfect. So I emailed Marv and I'm like, hey, like, you know, you want to raise money over there, I'll raise money over here. It kind of made sense because we don't really have the exact same, you know, what do you want to call, like, Delphi community. There's some crossover, but we do have different people who watch us. You know, she has people who watch her that don't watch me and vice versa. And I'm like, that, you know, it makes sense. Like, there's no reason to pay twice, or somebody pay $4,300 and then the next person pay $750 or whatever it ends up being. That's just silly to me. She was totally on board, happy about it. We did a live that night on her channel, or I actually hopped up on her panel. We were talking to her people about it. You guys, some of you guys had popped in there, and that's true. It's true. Travis has secured the role of Nick McClelland. But so today I received an email from Marv, and you guys know my rules. You guys just don't say anything. Don't say anything mean. I know it's frustrating to some people, which I get, but just don't say anything mean. Marv has decided that she does not want to partner up and wants to get the transcripts on her own. She feels that it's better for her community. You know, the people who follow her channel and are contributing to her, that she thinks that you know, she could be more transparent with where the donations are coming from versus like me having to be transparent to, like, you know, her subscribers and so on and so forth. So, you know, bottom line is Marv's a grown woman. She can do exactly what she wants to do. She has the right to collect her money and to buy the transcripts. Anybody does, you know, everybody does. Anybody can buy them. For me, I was just I was thinking like how much money we could save, that we could donate to something else if we wanted to, by putting, whether we see, you guys, like, most of you guys know me, like, I don't care what people think about the case. I don't care if people think Richard Allen's innocent. I don't care if people think Richard Allen's guilty. I don't care about people's opinions of it. I care about people's minds, the way that they treat people, care about, you know, learning from other people and respect. Like that's really my bottom line. Like, I don't care if you think a defendant is guilty or innocent. I just care about how you treat people based on your opinion. So she has decided that it's probably not good for her community to partner with me, which, you know, I'm a fence sitter, like pretty hardcore fence sitter in this case. But like I said, she's a grown woman. She has the right to do exactly what she wants to do. She was very kind. She could have ghosted me. She could have just been like, oopsie daisy, totally forgot about you over there, criminality. But she was very upfront. She was very honest, and I appreciate that. That's, you know, that means something to me. So she's decided to go her own way. And so if anybody, you know, when I was on that stream, if anybody donated to Marv, it's okay. Please do not, do not worry about that. We're gonna, you know, some people of hers donate over here, or my people donate over there. I don't know, they're not my people. Like, I don't know, it's all kind of just the Delphi community that wants transparency. But like I said, she's a grown-up. She could do exactly what she wants to do. She was honest about it, and I appreciate honesty. And so now we're both going to be paying for a set of transcripts versus just getting one set and then sharing them. So it kind of is what it is. That's why I said it. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna. What if I fight Marv and be like, no, you're fucking sharing with me, and that's how it's gonna go. Like, no, it's just, yeah, yeah. I've enjoyed watching Barb for a long time, so it's definitely not a personal thing. I don't think it's personal towards me necessarily. It's just more of how she wants to run her channel with transparency, and if people donate to me, she can't really show that because it's my donates. I don't know. It's fine. Like I said, it's not a big deal. But so now we're back to we're gonna raise the funds. So we get this yesterday where now the defense has requested the transcripts, but it's peculiar because they did not request the entirety of the transcripts. They requested specific testimony, which makes sense because they're going to use it to discredit, and any witness that's on the stand that they want to. Well, I mean, before we go into this, we'll go into this. Well, let me see what you guys think first before we get into that. Jessica, that's the first comment I read. I'm like, wait, what? Thank you, Heather, towards the cause. Woo, woo. Hi, Mar. What's up, DB? Transparent Kel. Woo, woo. Thank you. I'm a midget. Do not give me power. I probably shouldn't have gone to the comment section yet. Thank you, Veronica, and hi. Hi, Jenny, Jen. Blame the knot. Well, I'm not. I am not gonna do that. That's my nickname, the defensive line. What if the two sets of transcripts say different things? They won't, because it's literally just a copy. So once she types it all up, she just prints out a copy for me, and then that's what I get. So with them requesting it, the chances of us having to pay $1 is pretty good. But because of the way they requested it, I'm not really sure how that's going to work, because they didn't request everything. I requested everything. So does that mean I have to pay $5.75 for a certain amount of pages and then $1 for the others? I don't know. So this came out yesterday. We're going to read through it just so we can kind of go over who they requested and who they didn't. But so I went to go email Jody, and she'd already emailed me. She was like, hey, okay, I should backtrack. When she came back with the $4,312.50, I was like, whoa, hey, oh shit. And I was like, okay, me and you guys had talked about, hey, Criminal Network, we had talked about if we couldn't request all of it at once because of how much it was going to cost, like which ones we would want first. And we were talking about that we wanted day 2, because day 2 seemed to be the most confusing, which I think is actually being cleared up quite well from the note takers now that they've had a minute to like wrap their mind around it and write out some really good timelines. But day 2 was the one that we were like really focused on getting. So I wrote her back and I'm like, hey, like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. Is there any way to break it up? Because if you guys remember that one of the very first sets that we had requested, Sleuthy and R&M and Yellow and that crew and Bob Mata had requested the motion. I think they requested the motion to dismiss. And then I went and requested the contempt hearing. So we were able to split it up by the motions and by the different hearings, even though that all happened on the same day. So I was like, we'll just do that. So I emailed her back and I'm like, okay, whoa, holy cow, that's a lot of money. Would you be willing to split it up by hearing or by motion? And, or even if it's more simple, like do it by day. Like, can I just get like an all of day 2 kind of thing? And so she wrote back and said, hey, I don't really typically do it that way. It's kind of complicated to pick out different parts. She's like, but a copy has been requested, or she said the transcripts have been requested, so a copy will be available. So I was like, okay, she didn't break it down like by the people that they wanted. So I'm like, maybe she's just going to do the whole thing and just be like, screw it. I can't just sit here and pick and choose. I have to listen to the whole thing. So I'm just going to transcribe the whole thing. So I was like, thank you. And when I wrote her back, I was like, thank you. We'll take all 3 days. And I just want to confirm with you that since it is going to be a copy now, each page is $1. She has not responded to that. Actually, let me just double check because it's Friday. She has not responded last I checked, but we're going to double check it right now. Oh, look at you guys. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to say all your names because sometimes you guys have different names on here, but thank you. I've gotten like 4 donations just since we've been live, so I appreciate that, but not an email from Jody. So I am waiting to get a confirmation from her that we're going to pay $1 per page, which she's estimating to be about 750 pages. That means it could be 700, means it could be 800. Who knows? If all 200, oh my gosh, if all 219 watchers donate $10,000, that should cover the rest of the transcripts. It should cover us through trial. That's a shit ton. So my link tree is up in it's the pinned comment up in the chat, and it has my PayPal, it has my my Venmo, my Cash App, my Coffee app. I mean, like anything, any type of way that you could want to, you can. You're welcome to do something on here. Perfect. Thank you so much. So there you go. Thank you so much for that. She did state that she has a few things of priority, which this is also something that might change, because she said that because I was requesting it as like a layman, that she had to prioritize getting some transcripts from different hearings together for appellate court. And, you know, obviously just a regular old citizen is going to go on the back burner outside of that. But now that there is a request from the defense team, it seems likely that we have trial in October. They're going to want these. They're going to want these specifically for trial. So she's 4 to 6 weeks. What are we at? We're at the August. I mean, so it still puts them September. It's probably fine. 4 to 6 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. I think that'll be fine. So we may get them like not too long before trial actually happens, but at least we'll have them and we'll know. I'm gonna need $20 so you get the boot. Thank you guys. Like I said, you guys are welcome to donate here if this is the easiest way for you guys to do it. Criminal Network, you never have to super chat me for not kicking you out. I like you. I don't know how you get kicked out of so many places. I don't know what kind of trouble you cause in all those other places, but you do just fine here. They didn't request them expedited like they did the other ones. True. Fiend, true. IATS. I want to come and shrug and shake my head for extra food. I randomly start reading stuff in here. So thank you guys for donating. Thank you guys that are donating to all the other apps. I do have, if anybody ever wants to know like exactly how much, I would probably blank out the names, but I do have, if you guys know me at all, like I have a spreadsheet that has everybody's donations, what app it comes through, how much we have, how much I already had in the bank to start with, because like I said, I kept the money from the last transcripts because people were still donating as we were reading the transcripts, which obviously they were already paid for. So I just put that back in the pot. So I have that in there, and then anything that gets donated, it's all tracked. So, I mean, if there's ever any need for any type of transparency, it's there. It's not like I wouldn't have to go back and try to figure it out. Like we will know, and you guys will know exactly how much money is spent as always. If you give 10,000, you're going to have to get literally transparent. It's true. Let me see. Yes, you did. I just saw it. Thank you so much. I should sell them for $1. Someone should pay for the transcripts, then post them on Kindle. I think that I could probably post them on that. What is it? Scribd? What is it? I have a membership to that. I could probably do that. Can't imagine how much it's going to be for trial transcripts. I'm really hoping that we get a change on, she changes her fucking mind. I just really hope she changes her mind. So $5.75 for anything the defense didn't request typically, but she can do it how she wants, I suppose. On the previous transcripts, did you pay Jody to prepare or court clerk for copies? I paid Jody for copies. But she also prepares. So, but I pay her for copies. I'm very fortunate. I should say we are all very fortunate that I have a friend of mine who lives right there, and I literally Venmo her the payment. She walks because you got to pay cash, or I think you can pay check, but you can't like. I can't Venmo Jody. You gotta like walk it over to her, and then she hands you the physical transcripts. So I'll show you. I'm gonna do it without showing. This is just one of them. So I don't want to show. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's got her name and address on it. But like this was one of the sets of transcripts. So she goes to pick them up from Jody. She takes them and then she has them all scanned in and emailed to me. And there we have them, and then we can get them all organized. And Sleuthy helps me put them in like with her PDF organizer, because the way she scans them in, it's like just, whatever batch you can get through. It comes, sometimes it's 80 pages, sometimes it's 72 pages. It's not necessarily split up because it's just a big giant pile of fucking paper. So she just scans them in and then sends them over, and then Sleuthy goes through and organizes it, gets it all ready to go, and then here we are, then we're able to read them. So she's literally the saving grace of everything, because she's like the boots on the ground and goes in there, gets them, and has to sit there and she scans them in for me. So let me see. Thank you, DB. 2 pages minus YouTube cut equals 1.2 pages. Yeah, that's all you're going to get. You get 1.2 pages out of that. Some pages hate the truth. It's true. I'm still going to need my bribe moolah. Imar. My King of Kings. When will we know whether or not Odinism, etc., will be allowed in? So we could hear about that any day. She can make a decision on what she wants to do and make her rulings on all of the motions that were put in front of her and argued in front of her over that 3-day hearing. We know she obviously already did the one with vacating the safekeeping, but yeah, we can start hearing anything, anytime. Well, obviously not Saturdays and Sundays. Well, thank you, Mother of Dragons. I appreciate it. But I know that there's shit happens on YouTube. Shit goes crazy. Stupid question. If you order and pay for the transcripts, do you then own them? Well, no, because anybody else could buy them. I mean, I own my copy. Yeah, so like that copy right there is mine. I mean, I technically own it. But we put it out, like Sleuthy will tweet it out to everybody so anybody can have it and use it, whatever. Somebody did ask me an interesting question the other day, which I hadn't really thought about. Not DB. Not DB, we meet again. Freaking not DB. I think that's Dan. Is that Dan? I think Dan is not DB. I hope I didn't just dox you. I think that's known, right? I don't know. Fuck. Don't put me out here on a Friday night. Shit goes haywire. But thank you for that. Yankee goes, thank you. Isn't it after 11 Eastern already? I want receipts. How many there's actually no DBs here. There's just a whole bunch of not DBs here. Scribed. I don't know how you say it, but I think I have a membership to that. Nancy Grace. You blocked her from this channel? Yeah, it is what it is. They're looking at, I would think, 60,000 for trial. It's going to be an absurd amount. But here's the thing. No matter what, that if Richard Allen is convicted, the defense team will automatically have to file to get the transcript. Well, maybe not his appellate attorney, or the defense team will have to file to get the transcript, because they have to use the transcript in the appellate court. Like that's their way. So we know that it would absolutely be $1 per page. Let's just keep our freaking fingers crossed that we can get some type of audio, video, any streaming, anything for trial. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. And see, that's why I don't know how people block you, Criminal Network. It just doesn't make sense to me. Can I get $10 back? All right, now I see why people block you. I'm just joking. Yeah, here's the other part is I don't have. I mean, I have no problem putting funding in. I bought the transcripts, the first couple batches. I just pay for them, so it's not like I won't. I can't do $4,300 if that's what it comes to. I also don't even know if we would want to do $4,300. It just seems like that could go to something so much better than pieces of paper, but it's hard because we don't have the transparency in the case. T is for transcript. Post-punk Mama's going to do a bake sale. Austin, oh, did you drop one, Sleuthie? On a serious note, I have come up with a new word for the note takers. Poor choice of words on my part. After some thought and considering the skill, henceforth they are the scriveners. Are they the scriveners? You know, you're gonna have to enunciate it for me, Travis. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say it's Ajay. Ajay. Now I can't even say it right. Can't even say it wrong purposely. Ajay. What did I call her? Auger. That's what it was. I'm like, now I can't even screw up. You've like warped my brain into correctness. Okay, it is Dan. That was public, right? Like I didn't totally throw you out there, right? I'm like, oh fuck me now. I just screwed that up. Okay, so now that we're at 259, we can do 9K each. See, that's for me, like that's why I'm like, I think anybody on any side of whether you think he's innocent, whether you think he's guilty, I think everybody just wants to know the truth about what happens at the hearings and what happens at the trial. So, like, whether you think he's innocent, guilty, you sit on the fence with me, it doesn't change the words that are in the transcript. So that's kind of, I don't know. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Hey, Thierry, what's up? Oh, blue-eyed trucker, thank you. Hi, Rosie. I posted on Twitter the defense lawyers were only asking for transcripts of select witnesses. Yes, Rosie, it's weird. So we're going to talk about that too and what I think about it. Can I start a GoFundMe? I could, but they still take a portion too. So here's the thing. If it comes to the $750, and obviously without the donations from today, because I have not had a time to count those, but I'll just kind of quickly go through and just check and see. Looks like 100. I got like 130 just from back end apps, not counting what's come through on here. I mean, if it's 750, like that's going to be a breeze. Like we were already at like 335 in the bank with now another 150 plus whatever comes on here added. So I mean, it's not going to be. We're going to be fine. Like it's going to be an easy thing. We'll get them as soon as they're available and be done. It's just confirming with her that we're going to get them for the $1 for every page, or how she's going to try to figure out like how many pages she transcribed just for us. That I don't know. And if it ends up being that we're the first and we have to pay the $575, I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't care at this point. I just want the damn transcripts and I want to see what was said. That's it. Nicole must still be behind. Get it together, Nicole. I'm blocked on Twitter for like, oh shit, seriously? Yeah, it's words on a page. Like, so it doesn't, whatever is said there doesn't change whether he's innocent or guilty. And it doesn't change whether people can think he's innocent or guilty. So, like I said, I have no hard feelings. I'm not, it just is what it is. I feel bad. I was kind of just hoping that we could raise, we'd just raise the money together. It'd be easier instead of it being two different camps to get two different transcripts. Oh, anyway, so I was going to ask you guys, somebody asked me a question because I hadn't thought of it this way. So I was going to get your guys' opinion because technically, ultimately in the end, you guys will be paying for it. So typically, if I receive any type of discovery that is quote unquote free, as an example, like Chad Dorman, we're going to talk more about him on another day, but the Chad Dorman case, everything I requested in Chad Dorman's case has been free. They've never charged me a penny. She sends me a link. I download everything. I have like 10 days to download it. I download it. It's free. So I post it to the channel and I post it. I typically don't even turn on monetization on it. Like there should be no ads. I don't watermark it, anything along those lines, because I didn't pay for it. So I don't need to make any money back off something I didn't pay for. Now, for like the Letitia Stout case, they wanted an obscene amount of money for everything. So I started buying it like in chunks. So everything I did buy, like the interviews and the surveillance and anything I did buy from them, I put my watermark on it and I post it, and it's got ads. And so it can hopefully make some of the money back that I put into it. Obviously, transcripts, as we're sitting here, as you know, purchasing the transcripts, it costs money. So I have watermarked the transcripts. This would be the first time that the entire transcript, if we raised it, that it would be coming from all of you. So somebody asked me if I'm receiving donations based on the fact that I'm not buying it, would I still watermark it? So I'm a firm believer in, if you pay for something and you need to, like, you want to put your watermark on it, go ahead. If you receive something for free, that's my line. Everybody has their own. As we know, there's been transcripts from the Delphi case that have been put out there to the world, have watermarks all over them, and nobody ever paid for those. But, you know, it is what it is. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. But somebody asked me, like, okay, if you don't actually pay out of pocket for these and you're raising all the money, then would you put a watermark on it? And I was like, that's actually a good question. I hadn't thought about it. It wasn't something that was in the forefront of my mind. But you guys would be the ones paying for them, like the public would be. But so would I give each person who donates? Well, if you're, I mean, especially if we're doing it on our own now, that's where I'm kind of at, is if each person who donated wanted a copy of it without a watermark, you can have one. Just like, that's kind of the thing. For the public copy and what we're going to use to do the read-throughs, I will watermark them. But if anybody who contributes and is like, hey, I sent you XYZ, I would like a copy not watermarked for myself, then you absolutely message me. I would not be like upset about that. It would not even be an issue for me. If you donated and you want an unwatermarked copy for your own self, then by all means, let me know. You can, you know, if it's $1 per page and you put in 20, I will send you 20 pages with no watermark. Totally kidding. I don't care about that. It's just, I just kind of say, you know, I say put a watermark on it. If you donate $100, you get a non-watermarked version for your personal use. There you go. Because that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was like, if somebody like actually put in like a ton of money, I wouldn't be like, no, you can't fucking have a copy. Like, fuck that. I would never care. That's not something that I would really care about. I'm gonna get the secret cervix watermark. As many as you want. As many as you want. Or if you're like, hey, I donated $20, I want my watermark on it, there you go. You can have it. I feel like the watermark issue is crumbs. Like, who cares? It's a watermark. That's where I'm at with it. But I have enough where I've been around long enough where I know for you guys are the ones contributing to it. So really, it's your opinions that matter more than anybody else's. I'm going to put a watermark on your feet, Travis. I'll put a watermark on your feet. All right, there was a couple more donations. True Crime Fangirl, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think we did Blue Eyed Trucker. If you donate $9,000, you absolutely can get a non-watermarked version. I'll give you the non-watermarked version of everything. Anything you want. Has anyone verified that Gulf can make the audio unavailable to the public? Like that she has the right to say, no, you can't have it? That's a good question. I mean, I think the biggest, Travis, that's probably a good question for you. And Ivy, FYI, I did get your email. I'm going to try to pull out my laptop and get you the info that you requested. I meant to do it last night, but we got back from the beach at like 9:30. So I have not accomplished shit around that. Let me just say that honestly, but I will do my best to get it for you. Because, you know, after I left college, I upgraded to the 3 monitors for this. And that laptop closed and gone. Not gone, but put away. You think I should watermark it with a not_T? Thanks, TV. He's trying to get himself like a half a page. Right? Sending out the goose signal. My 30 cents makes me part owner. Well, no, I think everything that you do to fix them and put them into a very nice chronological order, and then adding the missing pages, you earn yourself. You earn your keep, Sleuthy. I don't think anybody can say otherwise. I put all the donors' names in the pink water. I can't do that because half of them have their real names. And then sometimes I don't even know, like they don't put in the notes section like who their actual name, like what their name in here is. And so I only know their actual name. I'm like, shit, do I know that one? I'm like, okay, I do. How can she say there is no law to keep him there when she has denied the motion to move him since February? Well, I mean, at least she moved him now. I'm not even going to highlight that. Actually, I am. Oh, shit. That would actually be funny. I can watermark it with my face? I don't know. I could probably scan it in there and just put, I could probably just put a picture of me and just have like, hello, transcripts. Okay, now you guys are voting for it. And you're like, okay, I'll do that. All eyes on Delphi. I thought all judges had discretion about whether audio can or can't allow audio recording as long as there is a court record. I thought it really came to that they have to have the transparency for the public, and by allowing the doors open and public to come in, then she kind of solves that. But that's like I said, that was a good Travis question. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna get your 5 pages with your weird cat watermark. Oh shit, a rubber duck! I should put a rubber duck on it. Interview with the enormous ass pile of paper with a binder clip. That's only one set. There's still another set that's in the other room I never even brought in here. Chelsea, are we selling feet pics for transcripts? I'm in, but this is definitely going to end up in a podcast. Oh shit, it totally would. Suck it with a fucking rubber duck. Sucky rubber ducky. Oh, we could do that. That would be bad though. I think we'll just leave it normal. But I can imagine it. I can picture it. I can visualize it. I can see it happening. Are you going to do a word for word reading? We do. So we just pull the transcript up, and then everybody comes up and plays their part, and we just start right at the beginning. So it's just like as soon as we're on, everybody's in their role, and we just read through it. They'll never find it, Sleuthy. You got that shit hidden good. So yeah, we'll read through it line for line. Everything on there gets read. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any like super chats or comments. That seems to be an issue that I've been having lately. Even my own mods, I've missed their stuff, and I'm like, shit, I feel like an asshole. I think I got all of you. Thank you, Robin. When are the auditions? I think we should have plenty. We should have plenty with all the different witnesses. So, I mean, I don't think that we're going to need too many auditions. It's just like, it's more like volunteers. You know, I think one of the last ones we had, it was like only 3. So it like 6 people volunteered, but there was only like 3 or 4 readers. So it was kind of hard to do. But with this one, we have 3 days worth of a bunch of witnesses. I think that there'll be, if you want a part and you want to play, then yeah. She named her Frosty to harass him. Well, you have to change your name to whoever you're reading. And Frosty, as far as I know, didn't testify. So, all right, I guess before we get into that. So another thing is 2 people, there's a difference between donating $1, $100, or $1,000. I agree with you. So 2 people, can I be Steve? Steve, you can have any part in the whole world that you want. If you want to be the F tree, that job is yours. Oh shit, that's funny. I don't know. Do you have to like do you have to like stand upside down and pretend to be an upside down L? I don't really know how that works. Ask Mr. Mata to split it. I need to talk to Bob. I haven't talked to Bob in a little while. So two people are working on putting together a fun live where we can hang out and we'll do some like trivia stuff and just kind of do chill, true crimey things. So All Eyes and Not DB have been working behind the scenes to do something fun where we can whatever funds we have left that we need to raise, that we're gonna do like a little fundraiser fun live on true crime. So I know All Eyes is like super organized and already has everything ready to go, and then DB is going to be like the voice of it. So I have no idea if that's the case. I'm just putting it out there. But anyway, so we're going to do one more like solid round, but it'll be more fun. Maybe a crossword. That was fun. I liked that crossword. I thought it was a good time. I actually thought it was legit, and then I realized when it was me, I knew that one was me, and I was like, shit. This isn't a real crossword. This is a made-up crossword, and that answer is criminality. But it was still really fun. So anything like that, it'll be more chill. We'll just kind of hang out, and then we'll just do whatever we can to raise whatever funds once she confirms, and then I'll collect everything from tonight's stuff, put it together, and I totally thought it was real. I answered the first question with a real answer. It'll be a bi-letter FL. It'll be a F that identifies as an upside down L. It could be anything. Anything that you want it to be. Yeah, I thought the crossword was fun. So we're going to do something like that once we get the final total and say, hey, this is what we still need. Or we'll just do it just for shits and giggles because it's fun. And I love those two humans, and I think they're amazing. So it'll be a good time. You can play Worm Cannons. What's Worm Cannons? You need DB to be Slick Nick. You don't have a reason why. Just Mr. Steve, just randomly stick your arm out so that you can go back and forth between the L and the F. Yeah, the whole time the transcripts are being read, and like we all have different faces. Mr. Steve's just gonna be like, he's gonna be like this, and then he'll just drop it, and then it's gonna be, and then he'll just drop, but he's gonna be on camera the whole time. People are gonna be like, "What is Mr. Steve?" And we're gonna be like, "He's the bi-letter of L and F. You choose. You choose. It's a you choose your adventure." Oh shit. It won't be tomorrow, so we're having my son's 16th birthday party tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I'm having my father-in-law's birthday party. And then I will be back Monday. We may be able to do it Monday. Maybe she'll give me an answer by Monday. I'm thinking probably midweek. I don't want to put too much pressure on them to... Oh, you wouldn't even know these great people without me? That's not true. Yeah, he's going to do the Egyptian arm dance. Walk like an Egyptian. I remember, that's a good song. Oh, to show if it's I guess it depends on who's testifying. So if there's a defense witness up there that's saying it's an F, then Mr. Steve has to be an F. And then if it's the prosecution expert that goes up there talking about blood spatter, then it has to be an F. That's a terrible time of testimony, though. So I don't even know if anybody's even going to want to join for that, because that's horrible. Yeah, 16 though. I don't. He's not even young anymore. I hate it. Like, why are you so old? What happened? Like, you were just a baby. Tiny Human's going to be 8 in December. But yeah, so then they start school next week, and now you want him to be the YMCA? He could probably do that too. He's like, so during bathroom breaks, Mr. Steve has to do the YMCA. I think my New York accent would throw things off, especially if the person who was doing Slick Nick last time was to play him again. I'd love to go full on Joe Pesci. Travis was Slick Nick last time, I think. Sleuthy was Baldwin, if I remember right. Time happened. You stop that right now. Yeah, he's got his driver permit. He's got to do his behind the wheel stuff, and then he's got to go take a driving test. And then he like wants to drive my car, and I'm like, "Don't you want your dad's truck? Like that's way cooler." And he's like, "No, I'll just take your car." I'm like, no, thank you. Okay, so I want to ask you guys. Like I said, I didn't want to stay on here super long because I'm going to go hang out with the hubs, and I know Blue Eyed Trucker has a live that he's got going on. So I want to kind of wrap this up, but I need to know your guys' thoughts on why certain witnesses were selected and others were not. So I don't know if you guys have actually read through this, so I'll read it really quick. Give me a second, I got a cough. You're like, I just had my daughter and she's already 30. Your daughter's 14, don't even want to think about her driving. My 16 failed the actual driving test, but they passed him. Like, really? Oh my God, he wasn't ready. What the heck? You're like, no. Yours is not important. Just everything you do is important. What you talking about? I like it here. You're like, I like it here more than I like it on my own channel. That's not true. You're having some really good debates lately. They're not even debates. They're just like really super deep conversations. When we do another debate, like we need to do it like where the audience has like these like specific questions, and then you got to time them. You got to be like, you got 2 minutes to say your version, like they're the presidential candidates. Like, you got 2 minutes to answer this question, and then it's 2 minutes over here, and that's it. But you've created some really good dialogue and just conversations around the entire Delphi case. And I mean, it's not surprising, but it's surprising that so many people have been able to do it, but in just such a mature way. I like it. Make him learn to drive a standard or stick shift. He'll never be carjacked. Problem is, I don't know how to drive a stick. I've only ever drove a stick once. Next 2 minutes. The prison staffer wasn't requested, or am I missing it? Okay, let's go through it real quick. So we have them requesting, they requested the entire hearing from November 22nd of 2022, which is, we never requested that one. Now I'm wondering if we should make sure we throw that in too, because that's not in the request. So I'm like, hey, can you just, since they requested the November 22nd, can you just throw that in with my stuff? So I may do that just because I'm going to want to see what they're wanting from it, which is, you know, that was like his first appearance. The testimony of Jerry Holman from July 30th from the motion to dismiss hearing. The testimony of Roland Purdy, Trooper Purdy, on July 30th from the motion to dismiss hearing. And the testimony of Monica Walla on July 31st from the motion to suppress hearing. The testimony of John Gallipo, which is the warden. Somebody was saying earlier that they were hearing rumors that he wasn't around, but I haven't seen anything to confirm that yet. From July 31st from the motion to suppress hearing. So two from Tuesday, 2 from Wednesday so far, and then Jerry Holman again. They really want to make sure they catch Jerry Holman telling different stories. I mean, there's like anything that Jerry Holman ever did. Can you transcribe it for us? Because we want that. So Jerry Holman from the motion to suppress hearing, and then Brian Harshman from the motion to suppress hearing as well. Then they want Jerry Holman again from August 1st in the motion in limine, Roland Purdy again from the motion in limine, Pat Cicero from the motion in limine, and then Don Perlmutter from the motion in limine. It looks like they almost want everything from Thursday. So I'm seeing it's in the testimony of Chris Cecil from August 1st, the motion in limine. And then in support of this matter, the matter is set for trial on October 15th. Counsel is requesting a transcript of the proceedings to assist in the preparation for trial. See, this is also weird too, because they're requesting a transcript of the proceedings to assist. I'm like, okay, so are you requesting the entire thing? So we don't have Amber Holder. No Murphy, no Click. And obviously, I think it's mostly because they are not being called then they're not going to be used for the actual trial, is my assumption. But I figured I'd ask you guys what your guys' thoughts were. So those are the types of things, if she doesn't just do the entire hearings, they're not asking for any of the arguments. So any time that they were just up there doing like their oral arguments on behalf of whatever motion they were discussing at the time, that's not going to be in there. Amber, Murphy, Click. Okay, let me see what you guys think. Don't have others too? What does that mean? Who is that? Defense only requested certain witnesses because Goal has defense on that budget. Tight as fuck. She has the defense on the tight as fuck budget. They really do. They need the clam jam budget. Well, I don't think the state has that anymore because it was wasted on the clam jam. What about the one who testified about KK? Who testified about KK? Who was that? Who was that? Wasn't it another C one? It wasn't Cicero. Was it Cicero? No, it wasn't Cicero. But the clam jam bucket had a hole in it. Veto. They did ask for veto, did they not? Maybe they didn't get veto. I don't remember veto either. So we've got no, just Purdy, Cicero, no veto. No, he's not on here. Hold on, the dog's scratching at the door. Is there any geofencing at all on Richard Allen's phone? So there seems to be something about, there's 2017 is when Kevin Horan did the geofencing around the bridge, and that's the one that the defense talks about, where there's these unknown, well, they know them numbers, but that were not, they don't believe were actually interviewed. And hi Marv. Where they were interviewed, where they weren't sure if they actually had interviewed the people from that. Well, there's something about some other type of, I don't know enough about this. Hey, you guys, don't do that. Just be kind. Just keep your comments to yourself if you don't have anything nice to say. It's okay. There's no hard feelings. We are totally fine. So I'm hearing something about 2019, but I don't understand what the difference is in all of the types of, it wouldn't be called geofencing then, but somebody said that they did like a fog reveal, but I don't think it's a fog reveal. I think it's called something else that they did in 2019, which is supposedly different than the geofencing. But the motion in limine, the prosecutor stated that they do not want the defense to be able to talk about geofencing and or Kevin Horan's reports. So that's where I think that I don't know if there's another thing, but whatever the geofencing is, doesn't have Richard Allen's phone on it. And whatever the geofencing is, Nick McClelland didn't want in. So is it called something else so that he can say that this is geofencing? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a possibility that they did something else in 2019 that could or could not show Richard Allen's phone. I don't have a clue because we haven't really heard about that yet. But the one from 2017, Nick McClelland does not want in court. He does not want them talking about Kevin Horn at all. So, hold on, let me see. The defense paid $12,000 to pick up a Facebook image. So I learned about this. I used to have an issue with the fact that they even went there. It never made sense to me that they even went there. Like, why even drive to Georgia to get an image that you could just send over? Like you sent it over before. Why not send it over? I actually understand it more now after these hearings because, well, one, so he goes there, he interviews Ryan Boucher. So he has to pay for a hotel because he's staying there, obviously. But besides just the expenses of driving, he interviews him. What I'm assuming, this is my assumption, my theory of what happened, is he went and got actual downloads of how and when these screenshots of Brad Holder's Facebook were taken, and it's probably more than just the one, so that he could have all the metadata of where it came from and how Ryan actually took the messages, not to mention getting all of the information about when Ryan contacted each individual person that he did when it came to the FBI. So I think there's some cost when it comes to what he actually did while he was there. And it was not just, because I was like, what the hell? Why would you drive to Georgia to pick up a fucking picture? Like, that doesn't make sense. But now I'm realizing there's more to it, because remember, Brad Holder takes down his entire Facebook, and there is no going back unless you're going to get the warrant from Facebook. But instead, it's more important to get the information from Ryan, when and how and who and how long he talked to each of these people he turned these tips into, and how nobody contacted him back, or the ones that did. Now, 12,000, I mean, that's still fucking ridiculous. I just went to New York and I didn't spend $12,000, but I'm like, I don't know. And I also don't know if that counts. So say he goes there for 48 hours. Is he charging the $100 an hour that he is to be paid as the attorney, since he's, out on attorney stuff? Who knows if they'll even pay him for it? Yeah, or maybe the person would only get. I just think there's a lot more behind it now, just from these hearings, when he was talking about, like, yeah, this is what I did, this is why I had to take the trip. And he had other info, because and that was pretty quick off the bat, because he was looking for that info, right off the bat, like February and March, like right after the murders, he was sending that info over. Yeah, I know, I'm in agreement. I still think it's a lot. Right. I'm not disagreeing. I'm thinking maybe paid for the entire time. So if he's there for 48 hours, he makes $100. You're talking $4,800. So is that like half of it? I don't know. It just makes more sense to me why he went there now. Night, Marv. Thank you for stopping in. Found the rules on recording sent via messenger to T and SG. We can discuss a plan later. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Travis. You're so resourceful. Thank you. I just didn't, like I said, I didn't know. I didn't know why he would even go there, but now it makes more sense that there was a lot of other info he had to get. The fundraiser was for that? Which fundraiser? Are you talking about the big fundraiser? No, because that was already done by then. The fundraiser was for the defense experts. Or I didn't know if you were talking about like us doing like a fundraiser for Transcript, so I was confused on the fundraiser stuff. Okay, so let's see. So Sleuthy had asked about the warden. So he's on here from July 31st. They did request him. They requested Walla. They requested Purdy from both days. Let's look up the. Let's look up the. Let me find the notes real quick. Sleuthy, do you have the list of everybody that was there? I mean, I can pull up the other notes too, so I can go back and pull them up so we can compare who else wasn't there. Because like I said, we know Murphy, we know Click, we know Amber Holder, and Vito. That's 4 so far that we know have not been requested. Cecil and Cicero are very interesting. I agree. So the money is going to CC. It's weird because CC like reminds me of Watts, like Cato. Sorry, most of you guys won't know what I'm talking about. The money that was raised in the fundraiser is for experts. So I can back up and just tell you my understanding of the situation when it comes to the fundraiser stuff. The defense had requested money for their experts. They were denied the funding for the experts. Hence, we had the fundraiser, or people were talking about the fundraiser contributing to the fundraiser for the defense experts. They then turn in some different documentation, and they are approved funding for some experts. We, as the public, aren't really. We don't get to say like, hey, which experts, because everything that comes to their experts should be being filed under ex parte, even though Nick likes to still look at it. But we won't get to the county. No. It'll go to pay the experts, the specific experts that they hire. So let's say I'll use the Matt Hoffman guy for just an example. So they're given an amount of money. They say, okay, you have 100, and I don't remember what it is, so please don't take these numbers as fact, because I don't remember the actual numbers. But they'll say, hey, you have 150 hours at $15 an hour that you can pay an investigator. Okay, now once that 150 hours is done, they have to ask for more approval. If they don't get the funding, then from the court, which would be from Carroll County, if they don't get that funding, they still have to pay an investigator. That makes sense. So let's talk about like just a regular old expert. Let's talk about the geofence. We'll talk about a geofencing expert. We'll just for that one, just for shits and giggles. So if you have the geofencing expert, and here they are, is she says, okay, you have $4,500 to pay them, and your expert costs $400 an hour or whatever it is, $500, whatever you want to say, because I'm just throwing out numbers. These are not legit. But once that expert is done with that amount of money, right? This geofencing expert is done with this amount of money, then anything else they need from that expert, which would mean like coming to testify, writing their final reports that have to get turned over, any of that type of stuff has to be, we have to ask for more money. And if that's not approved, then you got to pay it out of pocket. Otherwise, you paid this $4,500 to this expert to get to this certain point, but then there is nothing else. You see what I mean? So now let's say that they get a geofencing expert approved from the court. We don't know which ones are approved and not approved, because like I said, it should be all filed under where the public can't see it. So if they get a geofencing expert, but the defense is like, we still need our DNA expert. And she's like, yeah, I'm not approving that because you've already used the amount of funds over here for your geofence expert, and now you can't have it for this. Or she puts it all into a big pool and says, here, you have $20,000 for experts. However she does it. We don't know that. I'm just trying to give you guys some examples. So let's just say, she's like, no, I'm not giving you funding for a DNA person. And so you're going to have to figure that out. So then the funding the fundraiser goes to paying for somebody like that. Does that make sense? I mean, does that kind of make it clear? So there is money coming from the state and which specifically Carroll County, because Carroll County is the one who has to pay for anything to do with this trial, but comes from, it still comes from taxpayers. That money gets funded over and is paid. I hope that makes sense. We as the public can't know that because they can't tell us who the experts are or how much the experts cost. It should be something that once we see all this testimony and all these people coming to testify, and we know how much, every lawyers in general like to ask the other side, how much are you being paid as an expert? You may be able to start figuring it out, but the public cannot know that because it has to stay private with each side. Nick McClelland's expert witnesses, public doesn't know who they are. You know, same as the defense. We're just not going to know that yet. But I wouldn't take anything with the fundraiser and say that that's not where the money went at all. Absolutely not. They needed more funding that they were not getting, specifically at the time we did the fundraiser. 12K may include other personnel costs, logistics, travel costs for a 4-person team just for housing, food. Travel exceeds 1K per day without wages included. That's true. If he did take a team of people, because he did have what's his name, Max, who was doing a lot of stuff with him as well. That's a good point. I mean, we don't know. We don't have those types of receipts. And thank you, Steve. Yeah, it does put a lot of context in it. Yeah, they're not showing receipts for that either. Woman doing impossible things. They went and asked for $2 million to try this case, and they're not showing us receipts. They're not showing their own taxpayers' receipts. You still, to this day, can't go in. You cannot go in and find out where that money went. It's not there. You cannot find it, which is actually weird because that is the source of public record of how much went to each person and where they actually paid it. So, I mean, if I was an Indiana taxpayer, specifically in Carroll County, that would be what I want to know, is where the hell did you spend $2 million? It obviously wasn't on the DVR system in Delphi. Just saying. Just going to put that out there right now. They didn't pay for that fancy-ass system. Okay, so I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head. Do you guys see anybody else that's missing from who they requested? We know the 4. So, yeah, it's Click. I'll type it in here so that we can remember. Click, Murphy, Vito, Amber Holder. Those are the 4 I can see off the bat. Is there anybody else that you guys can see that we're missing? Who's Kennedy? I mean, I can tell you about JFK if you want, but oh, up here, Kennedy. So Liggett, Murphy, Holman, Galipso. Oh, Mama, they're perfect. Liggett, Murphy, Holman, Gallipo. I always say his name wrong. Walla, Hartman. They asked for him. Amber Holder, no. Who's Kennedy? Oh, I remember. What did they testify about? Dawn they asked for. Cecil Cicero they asked for. She's the IA prison lady. Kennedy. The internal affairs lady. She's not on there either. Liggett testified? What day did Liggett? Oh, Liggett testified about the safekeeping. Yeah, I don't think they give any. They didn't ask for anything from the safekeeping. I don't think they give a shit about that. So that's probably why. That's probably why we don't have her. And they're only asking for the warden when it comes to the motion to suppress, nothing to do with the safekeeping. But because they already won that, that's probably why. So that's who Kennedy is. Somebody's already answered that in chat, I'm sure, but my brain just clicked. Keneva. Kennedy Maps, Keneva. So then is Kennedy different? Or is it Keneva and it was just a typo? IA. Harshman's on here. Hi, Aspen. What's up, Justice Jane? First day first. So I'm assuming that that's the only ones that are missing really then, because they don't need anybody from the safekeeping. That's not going to be important now. Not going to be important now for the trial. So we're still with the 4. The 4 that testified in these other days. Anybody else you guys can think of? Yeah, Mama was there too. Mama Libra Scales was there. But perfect. Does anybody else know of anybody else that was missing? They've got Harshman. They've got Holman from every day. They're like, if Holman was on the stand, we want his testimony. No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't 2 different people. Mama, I know. Thank you, Sleuthy. You turned into Travis Jr. over there. The state makes sure nothing was any form of a ritual, even a mimicked one, like what sticks. They also said Abby walked after. Oh, that's terrible. Mama. It's Mama. Hey, Mandy. Yeah, you were late as fuck. We were getting ready to be ending it. I think we've done all the things we need to do. Tried to do it as early as I could. So that is the rumor that I'm hearing today. I have nothing that confirms that yet. If anybody finds that out, please let me know. Yeah, I think that he's working on that though. I think that they already talked about like they're going to do another deposition for him, and True Crime Aspen. True Crime Aspen. So nobody else is saying that anybody else is missing. I'm just double checking. Well, I think they're running data because if we look at the timing, if go back in your timeline and look at and see, I'd be interested to know this answer. See when he comes in and starts doing this new updated Celebrite, the new updated Celebrite in 2024 versus when they were talking about the old Celebrite and what the problems with it were. And that they didn't want any of that stuff in there. Hi, Greenie. Starting at the beginning. Love you, T. Lost my phone. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. You feel my chaos. What's up, Radar? Howdy, y'all. Catching up. Specialists are paid for plus opinions, then have to be paid additionally to testify, and no idea how long they wait at court before they're called. Yeah, and that sucks when they go through the like, oh, hey, we think we're going to be able to call you on Friday. And it's like, oops, nope, we're not going to be able to call you till Monday. At work, so hard to catch up, but why aren't the defense attacking the timeline? It doesn't fit at all. I think that's what they're going to be doing at trial. I think that's going to be a good one. Thank you, Steve. Great show in chat. Going to practice my FL moves. Night, everybody. Night, Steve. Say night to Mrs. Steve, too. The first extraction 2019 from him. So they did one in 2017. It was just a different guy that did it. And they only did it for the 13th and not the 14th. Hey, Deanna. You heard it on Crime Night. Hold on. Shit, did you say something else? And I missed it? It happens. What's up, Angel? I've missed a lot. Where was there like another live? You guys just all popped in like right at the same time. Friday night naked vibes. Yeah, anybody going back to the beginning, they're gonna be like, what the? We all have to get naked to watch this? What's up, Jenny? How do you feel about New Kids on the Block? Was happy to see that they corrected the distance Libby walked from 70 feet to 7. I did notice a couple things like that. There was also, we had done the one that, and it looked like it was 30, but it was actually only 3. And so there was like a couple little odd numbers. They practiced the YMCA as well. What's up, Jen? I heard they're searching the dump for a box blade. I doubt it. I doubt it. They've spent their money. The guy who did it in 2017 is deceased, but they did admit his original extraction. Yeah, and didn't they have what's his name look at it? And he was like, I didn't do this, but I will look at it and just see. But I think the timing of bringing him back to do another extraction after the trial would have already started. Technically, it was supposed to have started in January of 2024. Hmm. The box cutter was mentioned in a confession, so they ran with it. Box cutter didn't do what happened to Libby. I don't think so either. I don't think the box cutter is anything. That's my opinion, and we're not going to know until we know what they actually go with their theory. Oh, Aspen, you better tell everybody his freaking email. I'm just joking. Jen P's like, what? Why does everybody got to get naked? Well, I mean, it's interesting that the whole thing is about the landfill, and the landfill is actually where Brad Holder worked. I mean, just like, seriously? Fun fact. Oh my God, I'm not reading that. Oh, please don't go, girl. I can't even do that. I can't even get that high. All right. I know it was Big Fish. I know. It was Messer's phone at the cemetery. I think if it was Messer's phone, I think they probably would put it in there. My thought is that it's a phone connected to one of those 5-6 people. Like maybe like a phone registered to like somebody else in the family, you know, like my kids' phones are under my name, you know, kind of thing. But if my kid was connected to them and the phone is there, like technically it's connected to me. Well, and let's not. I mean, we still also have oh shit, why can't I remember his name? Somebody in chat will remember it. The guy who was shot, and with the younger girl who was shot, who was pregnant, and then they burned the house down, and then the guy went. We talked about this on another live, but I'm not. Like, all their names are blanking. It's too late. It's too late for me right now to be thinking about all these names. You know, he said that his wife at the time was actually on his, you know, Life 360 or whatever tracking thing he had on her phone, that she was at the bridge. So, like, is she connected to somebody that's with these people? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There could be a lot of people. Nobody, nothing. What's up? They have their old Settlers Festival this weekend, collecting donations and some more fundraising, and got the 4th annual golf outing. What? 100%. Since when do they collect donations for court? Who's doing that in a golf outing? They're doing a golf thing to collect donations for court. Is that your mama phone? There's a graveyard party which prompted a call to the police. If they investigated and knew who was there, would they not bring them back in after finding the scene? I think that's a fabulous idea. That's a fabulous idea. Or like a work phone. That's true too. They better bring in a good forensic expert, because the time of death has always bothered me. The lack of any info from the coroner and med examiner scream cover up to me. There's something weird about it. There's something weird about it. If all 257 of us give $3, we can get the transcripts tomorrow. Well, we can't technically get them tomorrow. We can just pay her. We can just pay her for them. Fucking DB, stop buying it a page at a time. It's going to be really hard for me to track those pages. I'm like, shit, I owe DB 3 non-watermarked pages. Thank you, Sonic. It's your guys' fault, though. Those that are naked. Those that are naked. Those that are naked have to pay double. Oh, shit. Fucking blue-eyed trucker's like, we don't get naked. We just stay naked. Thank you, Angel. Somehow they got to cover the $1 million cost of that river search. Well, I wonder how much of that's going to come out of the $2 million. The state ME will have a range of time of death at trial. Who wants to bet me? Well, I think the issue is going to be, it's going to be like a 12-hour range, which puts them in the whole shenanigans of anything from essentially 2:30 in the afternoon to 2:30 in the morning. I already paid 20. What's that mean? I guess you get to get naked and stay naked. No bras on should be 10. All right. See, we did this on I think we did this like a Saturday night once, and it was like, yeah, shit just goes crazy on the weekends. So, all right, but I'm going to wrap it up. Blue Eye Truckers going live. It's just chilling, just talking about whatever truckers talk about. If I could tell you right now, if everybody mobbed him, it would definitely be about Delphi, because he'd be like, yeah, let's talk about Delphi because all you Delphi assholes are here. He's like, who wants to come up and debate? Who wants to come debate? Fucking TV, stop it. I'm just going to send you like 3 pages and you're going to be like, but I paid for 4. Jenny says, I cannot participate in the naked festivities because I can't afford the therapy for you all. Shit, I'm up to $50 I can't pay. I think I'm timed out over there. You're timed out on Blue Eyed Trucker? No way. Now fucking Chelsea's taking after DB. Paying it for a page at a time. All right, let me just double check and make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Grizz. I totally missed Grizz. What's up, Grismatically Clever? Thank you. $2. Sleuthy, he says you're not. There's always a range of death when someone dies unattended in a crime. Exact time comes from other evidence, but they say their problem is that they say that they're using the phone data to prove time of death. Well, then how the hell are they going to explain that at 4:33 in the morning there's 15 messages that come in back to back? Are they going to say that means she's alive? That somebody's alive? That the phone? DV, broke bitch, give me them pages. All right, you got yourself 2. You guys are all going to have to get together to make it all fit, though. It's going to be like a fucking puzzle. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. 12 hours, they are never close unless stomach contents, bug bites, but there should be stomach contents. They ate pancakes before they went to the bridge. So that should be a huge indicator of time. Yeah, the bug stages. No, don't get the experts on the Casey Anthony trial. Nobody ever understood him. Ashton says, none of the Odinist or Rushville guys could be tied to the crime scene or placed in Delphi on the 13th, according to Murphy or Click's testimony on cross-examination. Well, my big issue with that is everything that they were trying to get the unified command to put forward, like the search warrant for Elvis Field's house, the search warrant for Brad Holder, I think, and Patrick Westfall's. I'd have to go back and double check that, but I know it was Brad Holder's phone. They were giving him to unified command, and they were like, okay, here, we've got the search warrant, so on and so forth, but nothing was being executed. I don't know how it was ranked where they could or couldn't execute things themselves when it came to the search warrants. I don't know how that worked. But they said that everything they got, they turned over to unified command. And when they were like, okay, well, did the search warrant that you guys had for Elvis's get served? And he's like, I have no idea. No idea what ever happened with it. So that sucks because can they not place anybody there due to the lack of continued information that they would have needed by executing these search warrants? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we didn't get there, but this is where we did get to, and we had enough probable cause to get the search warrants for this stuff, but then nobody actually went and served them. I mean, could you imagine if somebody went and got the freaking blue jacket that supposedly has blood on it from Elvis Fields? Wouldn't that be a good piece of evidence to rule him in or rule him out? It's like, no, this blue jacket does not have any blood on it. There's nothing on here. Or, yeah, it had blood on it, and it's fucking Elvis's himself and no combination of blood with anybody else. So that's the frustrating part for me on that. Yeah, I round up, Sleuthy. I'm a giver. I'm a giver like that. You get it. Yeah, I guess if you donate, you can request. You get a personal requested watermark. I can also report Ron Logan's pygmy goats are alive and thriving. Is that legit? Doesn't his son own that property? 50 more if he smells the pages on alive. I could definitely smell the transcript pages. I could do it. They're not gonna smell. They're not gonna smell as good as the book though. Bless the goats. Bless the goats. So Joe Schmo's notes said that the coroner did not take temperatures. Well, if they're even with this window of 12, if they do a window of 12 hours or whatever window they end up putting on there, that I'm thinking there should be something a little bit more narrowed down based on the stomach contents, since they had eaten pancakes before going to the bridge. That's my thought process on that. So it should be narrowed down a little bit more and easy to say, hey, no, it has to be within the smaller window. But if they do go with a weird like 12-hour window, I mean, the defense is going to use it. Let's be real. I'm just saying 12 hours. That doesn't necessarily mean they will. They could narrow it down to, hey, it has to be, much better or much closer to here. Otter Pops have no otter in them. Well, isn't that disappointing, Criminal Network? Teresa, I wish they had followed up on that point, but no one did. I know. That's like, they could have, this would have never even been existent had they just continued doing it. Just gone on and been done. Whose trivia team is going to be called Arizona Iced Tea Money? I don't know. You're going to have to make the teams. And no core temperature taken. That's fucking crazy. Hi, Deets. You know me, 40 minutes behind. I'm curious, did it end up getting to the point where you're selling watermarks like advertising? Deets is like, put Deets on one. I'll give you $1. No temps equals no time of death. DB says cause of death has to be taken into consideration for time of death based on temperature as well. Blood is warm. Remember, we didn't hear from the ME. We just got people who were reading it. You don't know what an otter pop is? You do too. You know what an otter pop is. I'm going to grab one just so I can check. You know what an otter pop is. So you better know what an otter pop is. So it's just like liquid sugar, frozen. So you just cut the end off and then you can just eat it. You know what this is, right? You have to know what this is. Everybody should. I think this is like everybody's childhood. What's up, Eye of Apophis? As soon as they put in a false time of death, the hammer is going down. How did pudding pops get canceled? I think we all know the answer to that one. As soon as Cosby got canceled, anything to do with pudding got canceled. Nobody buys pudding anymore. I call Sleuthy's team. You'll have to drag my cold dead body away. What's up, Redneckzilla? Kraken's like, give me the NASCAR watermarks. Push pops are good. Don't push me. Push a push pop. Anybody remember that one? Watermark is going to be Nick's stash. You're going to learn today. Nicole, you don't know what an otter pop is? You call them freeze pops? Orange push pops are legendary. Those are the EBT popsicles? I don't know. I pay cash. Don't give them. Nobody gives me my popsicles for free. Read about the state of their coroner's office. They weren't even using it to store the bodies. They were paying Lafayette. There was a story on the comment about it. I know that they transported the girls to Terre Haute and then put them in a cooler. A freezy? It like literally says it says it. It's otter pop. It's simply a freeze pop. Push me, please. Orange push pops were a highlight of my childhood. Yes. The Flintstone push-ups were so good. Rocket pops. Okay, now you guys are voting for the Nick stash. Exactly, T. Had a lot of people making assumptions about what was in the autopsy report, what wasn't in the report. People who don't have the first idea on what is in the report. She did a tweet on it. Kel, your childhood memories are being called into question. You never make eye contact while eating a banana? Push pops are good. They're made out of like a toilet paper roll. Oh, the Canadians call it a freezy, like with an IE. None of the ones here say Otter Pop. They don't say anything. You buy them, they look like juice sticks, and you gotta freeze them and wait to eat them. Yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah, that's what it is. But it's Otter Pop. They're about half the size. You can do both sizes. These are like the big ones. Well, there's also like the smaller ones. Oh, in Indiana, you have Otter Pops and Freeze Pops. Are they two different things? A push-up. Yeah, the ice cream push-ups. Don't wish. Oh wait, is a push pop the candy? Hold on, now you guys got me thinking. So there's the push-up that's the ice cream in the toilet paper roll, and then there's the like the hard candy that you like put your finger in and like push the thing up, and then it's like a sucker. Let's see, a push pop. Push pop is the ice cream. Yeah. No, that's a push up. The ice cream is a push up. The ice cream is the push up. Okay, let me see what the push pop. Push pop. Push pop candy. Yeah, don't push me. Push pop is the candy. Hold on, is my screen still sharing? It is. Perfect. This is the push pop. No, I can't even get to 276 people and we're fucking talking about push pops and push ups. What do we do? We're gonna wrap. We're gonna be done with this. Oh, fucking criminal network! Don't bring up pop rocks. So this is the push pop, and then you have the push up. This is the push up. So the old school commercial where it says "Don't push me, push a push pop" is this one, and this is the one that was everybody's childhood favorite in the toilet paper roll. And it's like, we fucking ate ice cream out of toilet paper rolls and ain't nobody fucking complained. Yeah. I told them earlier, Tia. I told them that you were up. Oh, we did. We had candy cigarettes too. We're off the rails. All right, we're gonna be done. My husband's like, wait a minute, you were supposed to already be done with this. Okay. Ah, shit. Let's get all the ice cream and the candy off the screen. All right, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys on Monday. Hopefully we hear back from Jody by then, and then we can schedule our trivia, crossword, whatever the hell we're gonna do. Once we know a final, like, hey, this is how much she's gonna charge us for whatever, and we'll just go from there. That's, I think, the easiest way to go about it. So we'll have one more, fundraising fun event to get whatever else we need for the transcripts. If you guys want to donate, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's my link tree. If you're watching on replay and you want to donate, the link tree is always in my about section on the channel. It gives you anything. It gives you Venmo, PayPal, whatever. And Cash App. I don't even know. Buy me coffees. I think it says buy me Dr. Peppers, but whatever. You can buy me Dr. Pepper too. Anyway, it's all there. So we'll give you one more update before we can actually purchase them. We don't technically pay her until she says, she'll email me and she'll be like, your copy's ready. And then I will send the money to my friend and she walks it right over and just says, here you go. And then gets the copy of it. So that's where we're at with that. Other than that, I'm going to go enjoy my weekend with family, celebrating birthdays. You guys go enjoy your weekend. I will probably see you around the YouTube streets because, sometimes mama needs a break and a little bit of true crime in her life. So that's just kind of how it goes. All right, you guys, I will see you soon. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I know that most of you guys have now been banned from other channels, so you have no other place to go. And you have no choice but to hang out with me. But I appreciate you anyway. Just kidding. You guys have a good one.
Do you dare to follow me down? into the unknown. Down the rabbit hole. Where it stops, no one knows. We're going headed into the unknown.